Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 163 of the Two Player Co-op Podcast. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean.
How we doing?
Fantastic. I'm wearing my Yankees hat. And do you know why I'm wearing my Yankees hat?
Because we signed Garrett Cole.
We signed Garrett Cole.
Can't clap.
Yankees are back. Why?
I had a pencil in my hand, so it was all weird.
So, yeah, we're excited as Yankees fans. Logan, I know you're happy too. But if this is the first time to I have not.
What's
had
up, everybody?
What's up, everybody, buddy? I hope you stayed for the bloopers last week. In episode 161, we put up 2 episodes last week. The other one was 162. But if this is the first time you're seeing us, this is the Two Player Co-op Podcast, where just about every week, two brothers get together to tell you everything you need to know about in the world of video games. I'm sick, so I had to catch my breath there. If you like that, make sure you go to... If you stay awake for the podcast, go to youtube.com/2playercoop, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. We've slowly but surely been getting some new subs over there, and we appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Spread the word. We're trying to get to 1,000. Do the little plug that you always do at the end. Do it now. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your
YouTube.com/2playercoop. Even if you only listening.
Even if you only listening.
I have not had a single drink of ounce. Oh, my God.
Drink of ounce?
A drip of drink today. Oh, my God. I haven't had a sip. You had a White Russian?
I did.
Even if you only listen on audio services across the multiverse, go to youtube.com/2playercoop. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share the video with your friends, family, your grandma, uncle, cousins, everybody.
If you're from what? No, I don't want to alienate anybody.
Don't.
Your uncle, cousins.
Your uncle. I am my own grandpa. Share the video with everybody. We're trying to get up to 1,000 subs. It means the world to us. Thank you very much. If you really like us, you can go over to patreon.com/2playercoop. Just like our producer. I don't know. You did 2 hands that time.
Well, because I forgot last week, so I got to make up for it.
This is true. Just like our producer, Steve Appleton, did, as well as our affiliates, Logan Wilkinson and James Solar, and our partner, Matt Mitchell. You guys are all the homies. Thank you very much. If you like merch, you can go to teespring.com/stores/2playercoop. Every once in a while, we'll Twitch over at twitch.tv/2player_co-op. I think the microphone probably is like that.
That was behind my shirt.
Oh, that's good soundproof. So, yeah, episode 163. We're getting close to Christmas. Crazy. Way too soon this year. Again, it's because Thanksgiving screwed everything up because it was so late in November.
Yeah, plus all the travel and crap I did. It's just, it really snuck up on me. 10 days, 8 days when you're watching this. Or 7, I don't know.
I don't know what day is going up. It'll go up Wednesday. We're recording it Sunday night. It'll go up Wednesday. Check out the Let's Play we recorded that should have gone up on Monday. We did Shovel Knight Showdown. Had a lot of fun with it. I didn't expect to have fun with it, honestly. But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
It's more or less what I expected. But yeah, I think it's maybe a little bit more, I don't know if polished is the right word. It's a little bit more just, I don't know. It played about how I expected, but it was a little better than I expected.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it.
I definitely prefer... I think I prefer the gem mode thing. Getting the gems.
Yeah,
because it's too easier to take... It's just you take 4 hits and you die. It's not like Smash where you got to get up to 100-something% and then knock them out, or just be dumb and jump off like I do. But yeah, check it out if you haven't already. It's a lot of fun. And if you've got the Shovel Knight Treasure Trove, it's free to you. And King of Cards is out as well. We'll talk about that here in a little bit. But first... There's a movie coming out this week, Sean. That movie is Rise of Skywalker. The Rise of Skywalker. I'm taking the boys. We're all going Friday at noon. I don't even know what to think anymore. Like, I'm not
sure how I feel about the name.
I've hated the name ever since I heard it.
Because
I feel like it's giving something very obvious away.
Yeah, but... I don't know. Because the only Skywalker we know of, I mean, is Anakin, and he's dead, and Luke, who's I guess dead. So, like, is he going to come back? Is somebody else a Skywalker that would make perfect sense? Like, I don't like it.
I don't like it. I feel like, and I don't like that the Emperor's coming back. It doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't know. It seems like he's really weak. I mean, really real. I don't know what I was trying to say there. But to get ready for that, last week I watched Force Awakens. Loved it. Is it a safe movie? Yes, absolutely. But I really liked it. And then on Friday night, I rewatched The Last Jedi. And Sean, apparently, we
watched it.
We watched it this morning.
We watched it, this morning.
Sean, I have a whole list of notes I took throughout this movie. Okay, good. You want me to go first?
Well, I'm going to go first because I'm going to... This movie, while not great, is better than I remembered. And I think it's mostly because of my expectations, because I went in with expectations here, and it came in about here. And so this time, my expectations were a little even below that. I still think it's no more than about a 6.5 or 7, but I think I would have originally said like a 3 or 4. I think it's better than I remembered. I will say that.
It's a 5 or a 6, yeah. I think it's better than Attack of the Clones and probably Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace, really the only good thing about that movie is
the final fight.
Is the fight and the Duel of the Fates. Just listen to that music. But I think other than that, it's Revenge of the Sith is way better. And some people think that's the worst Star Wars movie, which I'll never understand.
It is definitely. I don't see how you could think that's worse than 1 or 2.
Right.
The acting is just terrible. The plot is perfect.
Yeah.
Like, what needed to happen, happened. It's perfect. I came across it, I think last night or maybe 2 nights ago, and just...
Oh, yeah, it was Friday when I was watching it. And I was like, don't do it, Sean.
It's just so... No, I'm talking episode 3.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant episode 2.
No,
okay.
3. I won't even watch 1 or 2.
I think 2 is the worst. I think 2 is worse than
I think
Phantom
you're
Menace.
Probably right.
Yeah. Because it was all
3,
just...
There's just... I watched probably the last 15, 20... From
when they're in
Mustafar, or whatever that planet's called, from then on. And the part where when Padme shows up, I don't remember exactly what he says, but Anakin says something along the lines of something, I don't remember what the first word is, but something can't save you now. Only my new powers can do that. It just sounds like something like Napoleon Dynamite would say or something. It's just like, oh, it's so bad. But the end is like awesome. Starting with it's over. I have the high ground. From then on, 10 out of 10. It's perfect. That line, and then after he chops his legs off and you were the chosen one.
Yeah.
It's so good. The rest of the movie's okay. It's fine. The acting is just, I don't know if it's the acting or the writing or both. The plot, like the story, is awesome. But the execution is pretty bad.
Ewan was awesome though.
Yes.
He was the best.
He is what saves that movie.
Yeah. And and Liam Neeson too, and then they killed it. And Darth Maul, of course, but whatever.
I'm guessing whenever we get this Ewan McGregor Obi-Wan series, I forgot that episode 3 ends with Yoda saying, "Go to Tatooine. Your old master is gonna train you on how to blah 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 blah." And I'm like, oh, I forgot that's how it ended. I'm like, that's what the series is going to be. I wonder if they're going to bring Liam in for the series.
He says that?
He says, yeah, your old master, I think he says, Yoda says, go to Tatooine. Your old master there has something to teach you or something like that. And he's like, Qui-Gon.
As a Force ghost?
Basically, yeah.
Wow.
Now, I don't know. I'm guessing, but I'm wondering if maybe that's what the series will kind of be like.
They kept
if
Baby
we'll see
Yoda
Qui-Gon.
secret.
Yeah, that's true.
Huh, interesting.
So on to Last Jedi. Better than I remembered. I won't say it's good. It's okay. But that's way better than I would have said a day ago.
My thing with this, and maybe I don't need to go through everything, but because there are some really good moments in the movie, I still love the throne room scene, even though the video, it's just, it's when you really look at it, it's actually horribly choreographed, even though I think it's amazingly, you know what I mean? But whatever. Yeah. I just feel like for a lot, when I'm watching this movie, the thing that kept popping into my head was, it seems like Rian Johnson hates Star Wars. It's like this, like the prequels were just bad, but they weren't like, other than like the midichlorians, that pissed everybody off, and Jar Jar Binks, but that's whatever. But like, it's not like they were trying to crap on Star Wars, and it seems like he made so many choices in this movie that made me feel like he just hates Star Wars and wanted to crap all over the franchise.
Yeah.
Some notes here. I hate the opening comedy still.
Yep.
Can you hear me now? Horrible. Why is C-3PO's arm not red anymore? Doesn't this take place almost like just after The Force Awakens? His arm's not red.
Maybe
Why?
they repainted.
Then why the hell did he have a red arm to begin with? It's probably going to be red in this next movie. Well, no, it's not, because we've seen him in the trailers. Luke tossing the saber at the beginning is so infuriating.
You're ahead of me now.
Okay.
So, yeah, the Hux and Poe dialogue in the beginning is awful. I will say the opening fight, like action sequence, is pretty good.
It's really cool.
It feels like Star Wars.
Except you can't drop bombs in space.
They've explained that. I don't know if
Did they have like propulsion or something?
They base in Star Wars lore, whatever. Apparently these bombers exist, and they talk about how they're like magnetically ejected. So they're not just dropping them; they're shot out with magnets. Okay, I'm willing to believe that. But in general, bombers in Star Wars, that's just stupid. When everything's so and you got these bombers like dum-de-dum.
They should have
it's
never,
just like so out
and they
of
never
place,
should have even
like,
been able to get in position.
Oh right,
there should have been no.
The
So one
place.
ship shouldn't have even made it there. Yeah,
the stupid along the lines of the bombers, the stupid remote control thing when she's like, oh, there it goes.
And she sees it fall, and then all of a sudden,
Inspector Gadget reaches down like 10 feet and grabs it. I'm like, come on. And then the other thing before Luke, I guess he's on the ship, so it's not that weird, but like Snoke basically like force body slams Hux, like he's not even there, like basically through a hologram. Now I guess he's on the ship somewhere, but like he's just there in hologram form, and he's still like body slams Hux and like slides him across the ground, and
but somehow he can't see the lightsaber turning next to him.
Yeah. Now I will say, I'm maybe exaggerating a little bit. The lightsaber, whew, I have written here that I said worst cinematic moment ever ? Like, I get what they're trying to do. They're trying to say he's over it. He's done. He's not dealing with the Jedi anymore. He wants nothing to do with it. But like, a lightsaber should be. It's just like What if I'm spitballing here? I didn't even write this down, but I'm trying to think of what to compare it to. And I see Link. What if there was a Zelda game and Link got the Triforce and he's like, meh, I don't care. Like, you don't do that. Like, if it'd be one thing, he should have just been like, no. If he just handed it back or said no, but the whole
that's okay. It's
like,
but that's like
God.
what that's how I think Rian Johnson thought about this whole movie. Like, no, screw you.
And it's all
would have
just
been
to just to subvert expectations.
Yes,
like
that was
no
the whole
matter
point
the
of this
cost,
movie.
just
yes.
yeah.
But it would have been like when Tony pulls up and Cap's sitting out there, and Tony gives him the new shield and everything. And Cap's like, "Thanks, Tony." Screw this thing. Like, it wouldn't make any sense. It would be completely stupid. It's just,
or Cap gets Mjolnir. No, I don't want this.
He's like, I don't want this. I want the big. Give me the big one. I don't care if I'm worthy.
The other thing in general, now maybe this is covered in Force Awakens because I haven't seen it in a while. So Luke goes to whatever planet that is because he doesn't want to be found.
Yeah,
why is there a
leaves
map pointing
to where he is?
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's not explained in Force Awakens.
I don't know.
Okay.
No. It's just he went to get away, but it's like you left. I don't know. No, it's stupid. It's just really like they just nothing about Luke in this movie until probably the very end is consistent with his character at all.
Right.
Not at all. Like, that's not Luke Skywalker. And I get everything that happened with Kylo and all that. But it's not I don't like it. I hate the Porgs. I hate those
I don't
stupid
mind
things.
them. It
I
just
hate
seems
them.
like they're
I wanted Chewie to fry them all and eat them. Like, they're just they piss me off. They're like, ah!
It just seems like, it's like they're not as bad as like the Ewoks, but they're just like, ooh, let's throw some CGI to create some weird little characters that'll get a laugh, and like it's I don't hate them. They're just, it's unnecessary. It's whatever. The other thing I wrote, when he does his little when he like not pole vaults, but whatever you want to call it, across the thing, and then he stabs the fish. And then next scene, you see him just walking away with the giant. How did he get the fish? Yeah, did he pull the whole like
what? Or did he just?
Or yeah, I guess yeah. Maybe
why don't you just
force it out of the water? Why use the stick?
And let it die? Yes, yes.
Oh gosh.
Leia dying, Leia not dying is the stupidest thing.
I have here, it's more infuriating than I remember. Like, I knew exactly what happened, but when it happened, I'm just like, oh my God. Like, it's just so... Well, then I wrote, has Leia...
No.
Ever even shown that she can use the Force?
No. The only thing that would be close would be... I think there was some in 4, 5, and 6 where she was like...
She like communicates with Luke.
Yeah. And then like when
But that could just be Luke. That could be true. Luke using the Force.
And then in The Force Awakens, when Kylo kills Han, she... like she knows and she sits down like she knows what just happened. Yeah. But again, I guess that's used... But not like... I can save myself for being sucked out into the cold death of space by just...
And it's not like, I know it's fantasy and whatever, but like, it's not like you get blown into space, which A, the explosion alone may have killed her. Yeah. B, you get sucked into space. I think you're dead probably within seconds. I don't think, and she's, so it'd be one thing if she's like about to die and she's like, oh God, and she pulls herself back in. But like, she should already be dead by that point.
It's like the Force.
The Force, yeah, it's like she didn't even do it. Yeah. It was just the Force, yeah.
Which is... Holdo sucks in this, except for one of the best shots in the history of film. She sucks. It's so stupid. There's no reason not to tell Poe what the plan is.
Yeah. Like
the whole casino crap, that whole planet, everything about it. And I wrote in here too, Rose sucks. And this is not... to like, I'm not saying go out and tweet at her and be a mean person. It's not the actual person's fault, but the way they made this character is so stupid. Like to fast forward to when she does the thing when Finn's ready to sacrifice himself to save everybody. Like we were talking, she flies a speeder into him, which probably would have killed him.
It rightfully should have killed both of them. So she's doing it to save him, does something which should have killed both of them, almost kills her, and does nothing to the First Order. When if you would have just let Finn do his thing, or if you don't want him to die, your speeder or whatever is clearly a lot faster than his. If you can catch up, you just crash into the thing yourself. Since you basically killed yourself anyway, just crash into the stupid thing anyway. Like,
and then she has to quote after it, like, we're going to win.
Yes.
Wait, I wrote it down. Not by fighting what we hate, but by saving what we love. And then I wrote down, F you, they just blew up the door. Like...
That's how we're going to win this war, with love.
And then there's the big explosion in the back as they're blowing up the door.
We have to kiss.
As they're blowing up the door to go in and kill all your friends, you're like, let's kiss.
Yeah.
It's not the actress's fault. That is not what I mean by this. It's just the actual character in this movie is so it's just maddening. It's absolutely maddening.
So another couple of small things. At one point when there's literally a part where Luke said, I'm paraphrasing here, but basically says, I will never train another Jedi. And then literally like 5-10 minutes of screen time later, he's like, okay, I'll train you tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
Like, what? And then there's this one part when Leia's doing her, when Rey's doing her training thing with her staff, and then she takes out the lightsaber, and like to a rock. And you see Luke looking on, and he's just like taken away by this. And it's just like, and I think that's right before he says, okay, I'll train you. Like,
she's
other
just
than some of the
around.
Well, she's at a rock,
and not even that. Like, and then she screws up and cuts the rock. So it's like, what the hell? And then the poor nun things or whatever. Everybody, I feel so bad for whatever those fish nun things are.
And the whole thing about like the code breaker, like, oh, he'll be there and he's going to be at a table and he's wearing this because he never wears anything else and he never leaves the table. And like, I don't think I realized it the first time I saw it. I thought that was all just kind of I thought Benicio was the code breaker.
No.
I forget that. Oh, no, that is the code breaker that they show. And then they also find
the only guy in the
somebody
galaxy
else
that can do it, but you just end up in a cell with this guy who can
with
do it.
another guy who can do it.
That's what I'm saying. It's just so stupid.
And then at what point does he apparently cut this deal with the First Order to turn them in? Like, who was he? Was he nobody to begin with? And
he was
at
nobody
what point
to begin
did the
with.
First Order make contact with him?
I think it was
pay
after
him
they
off
captured him.
to when the First Order captured them. But then what did they pay him for? They've already got everybody. They made it sound like he was paid off to get them
what their
captured.
plan but then why would their plan matter if they stopped?
It's just none of that made sense. And that
Nothing
went
in this
right
movie
over my
makes
head.
sense.
Yeah. The only other thing I've got, we touched on Rose and Finn and all that. Why was this big plan when the Dreadnought, but the Star Destroyer or whatever is like, you could almost throw a rock and hit it. Like, it's not that far off from their ship. What their big plan this whole time was to just jump into little transport ships and bail? Like, did you really think they weren't going to be able to see you? And they did see you, and they killed about half of you, just pew, 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 just picking them off one at a time. And it's like, this was the plan? This is what you had to keep secret? Like, oh, God, it's just...
And not
so
to mention
much
the
of
fuel,
it just doesn't make sense.
The fuel. And that you've got a slow motion chase for like 2 hours of this movie is so stupid.
And I don't know, again, not to get too nerdy, but I get that it's Star Wars and it's fantasy, but I'm going to guess if you could weaponize lasers, I don't think they're like bullets where if you get too far away, they're less effective. I think a laser is a laser is a laser is a laser. I don't think it's like, ooh, if I was closer to that ship, I could bust through its shield. But we're just far enough away to where the lasers bounce off the shield.
Yeah, the only thing
instead.
you could say is if like you had like a different kind of laser you could fire, but it was short range or something. But they never said that. They were just, no, these... Yeah. And the lasers do this in this movie too. They have an arc.
Do they?
Which
I didn't even
never
notice
had
that.
before. They have an arc in this. Everything about the casino planet, it's just CGI prequel vomit everywhere. I hate those horse camel things so much. Like, why do we have a PETA movie in the middle of this? Like, we needed this side story. And the thing that I noticed, and they said it in Cinema Sins too, but it was like when they're escaping on these stupid things, and Finn says to Rose, stop enjoying this. It really is like Rian Johnson is saying, you better not like this movie. Like, I want you to hate this freaking movie. The Ghost Yoda thing annoyed me more the first time than it did this time for some reason.
I didn't even write that down, but like, this is a power. Why doesn't Ghost Yoda just show up and just lightning bolt all of the first, just start picking them off with lightning bolts and just, like, if they have this kind of power that they can just, they're Raiden and they can just summon electricity like lightning bolts.
Couldn't Yoda just teleport right next to Snoke and then like
and just
drop lightning on it?
Like,
yeah, I know.
Oh, God.
And again, I think him wanting to hate Star Wars is very much symbolized with them lighting on the last, you know, the all the texts and everything and blah blah blah, and then it turns out they're in the ship at the end, whatever. But it's just, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why she didn't tell him the plan. The actual death of Snoke was cool, but
why is he even
a thing?
Yeah.
We don't know who he is, where he came from, why he's significant. We just off him. And like I saw Nick and Caleb Holland were going back and forth. Like Caleb really thought that like Kylo was going to turn and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, he's not. I know he's not. Like,
I knew watching it
and I knew watching it the first time, I was like, he really thinks he can convince Rey to go with him. There's no other option there.
Yeah.
You know, Rey thought she could get him to turn, but watching the movie, I'm like, no, yeah, there's one more movie. But what's going to be a buddy cop movie? Snoke's gone. There's nothing else that can happen now.
Yeah.
Oh, no, there is. Just bring back the Emperor.
Yeah.
He's alive when he went down that pit and was like, yeah, he's fine. Sure, whatever. The throne room scene is awesome. The light speed jump is amazing, and it's a wonder we never got something like this before. It's just so freaking cool, and the way that everything is silent. It's just
now, again, not to get all nerdy, I'm gonna guess if this thing traveled light speed and hit a Star Destroyer, that thing is just gonna go up in flames. It's not just gonna cut a hole through it this big.
Yeah,
like,
there should have been nothing left of that Star Destroyer.
Yeah, and
but
instead
of
it
course,
just like
Finn
cut
and
right
Rose
through it.
are fine, and
Yeah.
Phasma's fine. Phasma's wasted again in this movie. But that's both movies. They build her up as this awesome chrome trooper, and then it's like
get rid of Phasma, get rid of Snoke.
Yeah.
Let's just bring the Emperor back. Like
I'm sure Phasma probably lived through that somehow, falling like right into hell somehow. She's probably alive. Whatever. And the end thing was cool, and I will not be the Last Jedi, and blah blah blah. But watching it the second time, or this might have been my third time, I can't remember if I watched it when we got it on Blu-ray. I may have blocked it out of my memory. Like, they very clearly zoom in on his feet the first time he steps there, and you can see that there's no red salt. And we're like, why does he have this weird haircut? Why does he look younger? Why would he force? That's the other thing. I don't know why, if that's going to be his made-up power that we've never seen before, and he can project himself across planets, why would he make himself younger?
And what are like the physical, like he hands off the dice, but then the dice disappear. So it's like, okay, were the dice there or were they not? Because she held them. They held hands. Yes. So it's not like she was just like ghost and just passed right through him. Like,
but the lightsaber goes through him.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't like this movie.
What I will say, I don't know if it's just a cool little touch or if it's going to become something.
Broom Kid
and this slight like you see him kind of like, I kind of forgot about that, and they don't make it a bit like, I think they did that perfectly, even if it means nothing.
But I just don't know. I think it's
shot perfectly to where you can just be like, oh.
No, I remember when we walked out after seeing it, I was like, did he move that?
Yeah.
I hope you have already seen The Last Jedi because we just spoiled the whole thing. But there's time codes. The other thing I will just say, we've been crapping on this movie for a long time. Rian Johnson, to me, and I don't know that I've seen any of his other movies, but when I think of Rian Johnson, I will always think of this movie. He's Zack Snyder.
He did Knives Out, and that movie is awesome.
Okay.
You should, I mean, I don't know, at this point you probably won't, but it's so good.
But with this movie, it's like he's Zack Snyder. He's like, I'm going to make a movie that is shot and looks super, because a lot, other than the Casino Planet, because that looks horrible, but there's so many things where this movie is beautifully shot. But then there's just nothing. It's like Batman versus Superman was a well-shot movie, and then there's nothing there. Just like, well, Justice League wasn't, because it wasn't even him at the end. But like, it just seems like it was all about the visuals and stuff, but not caring about the story or not caring about what it means for the next movie in this trilogy. This, again, is why I say it's so stupid.
This movie is also way too long. This could have been an hour shorter.
I forgot.
And accomplished everything.
Yeah. I forgot that there's, when you think it's going to end, I'm like, oh my God, they still got to go down and do the salt sand scene. That's like another 20 minutes. Oh my God, it's never going to end. Yeah, I don't know. They should have just given all three movies to JJ. If you're going to do this trilogy, you should have had one person steering the ship with Kathleen Kennedy and Lawrence Kasdan helping to write it, whatever. But like that's it. You've got one vision for what this trilogy should be.
In summary,
and I burped at the same time, so that kind of sums it up. I think the movie's bad. I just think it's bad. There are some redeeming parts.
Right. If you just watch it and just take it at face value, it's fine. But it's the kind of movie, and maybe you could say this about other movies, and I just haven't taken the time to do it. But when you start digging and like peeling away those layers, all of a sudden it's like, a lot of this just doesn't make sense. When you just watch it, it's like,
and that's why I think
fine.
We walked out of it the first time being like, that was pretty cool. And then we're in the
like,
as we're going through, we're like, it is kind of weird that Leia did that thing. And then Luke's he threw the lightsaber. That was weird. And he's drinking green milk and like now he did the hologram. There's all these made up powers and like this. There's the Casino Planet, and it's like, yeah.
But also to tie it again with Zack Snyder, thinking back to like Batman versus Superman, I feel like most of the comedic bits in this don't work and just seem so forced.
No, but they work so well in The Force Awakens. That's what's frustrating.
Oh,
too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now,
Star Wars.
I did also literally right after.
I haven't watched.
It was later that same day, but I caught that same day being today. It's been a long day.
Yes,
I caught the end, like the last literally 10, 15 minutes of Rogue One. That movie is so, I mean, granted, I only saw the last bit.
It's my second favorite Star Wars.
It's
behind
so
Empire.
good. It's probably right there for me too. It's so good.
That Vader scene. But then it also does kill. But then, like, I was watching last night, actually, a little bit of A New Hope, and I got to the part where Vader and Obi-Wan are having their lightsaber duel, and I'm like, how did he go from, like, 2 days ago wrecking everybody in this hallway in Rogue One to just, like, I get it. It was made, 40 years apart. I get it, but it's just still, like, it's jarring, but... Rogue One is fantastic. Shout out to Gary Whitta. I freaking love that movie. Oh my God, I cannot wait for the last Starfighter sequel.
Oh God, yeah.
You should borrow my Blu-ray sometime. You probably forget how weird and bad.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Yeah, I remember
the CGI is incredibly horrible. Like the worst I've ever seen, but it fits in that movie, and the movie's still awesome. But the CGI, I was like, holy crap, this is even worse than I remember.
Yeah.
Oh well. Sean.
Yes.
What have you been playing this week? Anything?
So, remember downstairs I was saying I need to talk to you about something. I am very worried about what this means.
Okay.
I keep getting database corrupted. Restart your PlayStation.
Really?
Now, I can keep playing it, but like I'll be playing Resident Evil, and like every so often, blue screen, it'll pop up, database corrupted, restart your PlayStation. But I can just hit circle, and it exits out of it, and then I'm right back in the game, and I'm still playing. But is this like, am I like one step before Red Ring of Death kind of thing?
God, I don't know.
Like I'm afraid to restart it because I don't know if it's going to turn back on.
You need to make sure one thing you need to do, you need to make sure your, you can always get it fixed. It's never really.
It's not bricked.
No.
Okay.
But
because I'm not about to buy a temporary 10-month PlayStation.
Spend $300 on a PlayStation for a year. No, but what you should do is
back everything up.
Make sure because you got PS Plus. Make sure all your saves are in the cloud.
Do you have to do that? Like,
not if you set it originally to be automatic, which you probably did.
I already screwed that up with my Switch.
I was going to say, based on your Switch, you might want to check it.
Okay, I need to do that sooner rather than later.
Yeah, because you've got 5 years worth of saves on that thing or whatever it is.
But anyway, that's all I've really played is some more Resident Evil. I just got to the point where you leave or you get the 3 medals and you go downstairs, and then I quit. I haven't seen Mr. X yet. I thought you saw him by then. Because when I saw the helicopter crash, I'm like, oh, God.
Really?
But I haven't seen him yet. So maybe I don't know if I'm misremembering or if it's different with Claire. Yeah. I've seen a couple lickers. They scared the crap out of me both times. But yeah, no Mr. X yet. This next part's the part I'm curious about because I want to see if it follows Claire B, where you run into Sherry versus going... which was totally different in the remake, where you go to the house and you have to...
That wasn't even in the original one, right? Yeah.
So I'm curious. I think you still go along with Sherry when you're Claire. So I'm curious to see how this next part... Because I don't think I'm going to run into Ada or anything like that. But so we'll see if I actually get to finish the game.
Oh, my God. Yeah, worst case scenario, you can always send it in. Sony will fix it for, I don't know,
$100
probably, but it's cheaper than a PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
You could always get a PS4 Slim for like they're $200 now.
Right.
But still, and then just say what the hell that I'll trade it in a year because PS5 is going to be backwards compatible, whatever.
Right.
But, anything else? Just RE, you said?
I think that's it. Some Mario Maker, but yeah.
As I mentioned on the Let's Play, I did start playing King of Cards. The last expansion for Shovel Knight. I like it. It's probably my third favorite out of the 4 main campaigns. So we've had Shovel Knight, Plague of Shadows, which is the worst by far, and then Spectre Knight, which I really liked, and now King of Cards. So I would rank it Shovel Knight, Spectre, King, Plague is like not even on the list. It's so bad. So King of Cards, it's called King of Cards for a reason because there's a card game in the middle of this as well. So when you're playing
like Gwent or whatever,
kind of. I don't know. I've never played them, so I don't know. But so when you're playing as King, his main attack is, and I don't even remember what he did when you fought him in the main game. I remember him kind of like jumping around a lot, and there was like stuff would fall from the ceiling or something.
Yeah, the like confetti kind of stuff.
Which you can't do. That would be cool. That was like well, maybe you can later on. I played it for about 3 hours. So his main attack is a shoulder dash, which you can do in air. And if you shoulder dash into a wall, you hit, as long as it's a wall that doesn't have like the grass going down or whatever. It's a wall that shows you can do something off it. So you dash into it. He hits it. He spins up, and he can land on enemies or land on the, the yellow sand or whatever to go through it and break it, whatever. So he's kind of got Shovel Knight's down thrust move. I like the combat with him. And then you can also, if you push square, he'll do like a dash into a roll. So you can go through you can hit like more enemies, or you can, if you've got like 3 yellow things you need to get through, you can roll through all of them instead of just hitting one at a time. And it's fun, but then like, it's like half playing as King and then half a card game, which when I heard this, I was like, oh God, what is this going to be? I actually kind of like it. So the way it works is you get all these cards, and cards can either move up, down, left, or right, obviously. But some cards can only move up, some can only move down, some can go up and right, some can go right, down, and left. Huh?
Is it like chess?
Kinda. So you get to this board when you sit down to play with somebody, like in one of the towns or whatever. There's going to be these 3 gems. Usually it's like a 3x3. I think sometimes it's 3 and then like an open space in the middle and whatever. But the object is when all of the main spaces have cards on them, the game's over. Whoever has the most gems wins. You can't put a card on a gem. You have to move a card onto the gem. So this is where all these arrows come into play. So like if it's my turn and I put a card next to the gem, and then the next time I play a card that can push it left, and I go boom, so it moves him over there. But then somebody, the computer can then say, well, I'm going to push him down and get you off of that, and now I'm on it. But you can't, if you put a card down that's got a right arrow, you can't use a left arrow to push it because they block each other. And if you've got a card with a right arrow and then a card with a left arrow just next to each other, I still can't push because this card over 2 spaces away
would
will
have
get
to push
blocked
that
by
one,
that.
which can't move.
So it's really like you really got to think about it. And there's sometimes you play a game where it's like you can only make one move, and they put like 7 or 8 cards out there to begin with, and you're like, this is your deck. These are the 3 cards you have. You can only make one move. Those are interesting. You can get like power-ups where you can play all 3 of your cards at once, which this one character I was playing against, I lost probably 10, 12 times in a row, and I was like, I can't, because all her cards are better, and it's like maybe because I'm going first, she's able to, I couldn't win. And then I finally got to the point where I had 2 gems, she had 1, and I was like, wait a minute, I bought a special power to play all 3, and there was 3 openings, so I was like, screw this, bink, 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 okay, I win. So I had to cheat to do it, but overall, it's pretty fun. Yeah. You should at least try it.
Oh, I'm sure I will at some point
if your PlayStation keeps working. But yeah, definitely play it if you've got the treasure trove. If you don't, I don't know that it's worth whatever it costs to buy it separately. But it's good. The other thing I've been playing this week, I did a little bit of... What is Dad texting me? I did a little bit of... Oh, yeah, Dad, I get it. Okay. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I did a little bit more Death Stranding, but that was it. But then I was like, you know what? I did spend a lot of money on another game, and I think I should at least give it a try. And that game is Anthem, and the amount of money I spent was $5, which actually was free because I had a $10 credit on Amazon.
Okay.
So I played Anthem last night for about an hour and a half. What did I write down? I like the combat. It's third person. It's not first person, so that's good. Combat feels good. It feels like Destiny did when I played that. I mean, that's first person, but I mean, it is satisfying to shoot things and have the numbers pop off and see their health meter going down and everything. I have no idea what the hell is going on at all. The story in this, the Anthem is like the Force or something, maybe. I don't really know, but they call it the Anthem, and it's binding life together or something. I don't know. It just is kind of like blah. Like I played it for an hour and a half. The flying around is cool. I did invert my controls. You'd be proud of me because whenever I fly when I'm flying or swimming, But then I get in my head and I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Now I inverted. Maybe I should. At first, after I inverted it, I was going, boom. No, idiot, you inverted them. But the flying does feel cool. And, you can't just fly forever. You'll overheat. So if you're flying and you start to get, you can like, depending on how much, room you have, you can like dive down and then kind of glide. And that lets your suit
like
cool
Mario
down.
World.
Yes. It's like flying with a cape. So the flying's cool. The combat does feel good. However, the whole point of this game is like to squad up with people. And probably because this game bombed so freaking hard, like the first missions you do that are kind of like the introductory missions, it's just solo. And that's fine because it's not very difficult. It's just like little spiders running around and brr, brr, brr. But then when I get out to do the first mission, it's like, okay, matchmaking, blah, blah, blah. Okay, all right. And then I get out there and I'm like, oh, you're freaking kidding. I'm the only one here. Like it couldn't find anybody to match with me. So these missions that are really designed to have 4 people doing them at one time, because they even talk about your squad mates and stuff, I'm by myself. So this mission I had to do was like, you had to go around this planet and find this guy and save him, get him back to the ship. Meanwhile, when you find him, there's just swarms of enemies coming at you, along with these 2 big mother effers that are like, they've got a giant shield, so you got to get behind them or get to the side to shoot them. And it's like designed to have like 3 or 4 people shooting these things at once. But I was one person. And I was like, this is not fun. I got through it. I beat it. I died once. But that was the thing. So I die and it's like, okay, waiting for a respawn. Oh, you have no teammates. Okay. Start over at the checkpoint. I'm like, but this is not fun. Again, I know I'm playing it 10 months after it came out. But just anecdotally, I can see that people have stopped playing this game.
Right.
I thought with all these sales, $5, $5.99, $10, whatever, more people would be at least trying it like I did. I don't think they are.
Wow.
So I don't really. The funny thing though, playing this made me think, I should go back and beat Destiny 2. Playing this game made me think I actually had fun playing Destiny. I think I should just go play that instead. I didn't because I was like tired. And I was like, I'm going to bed, but I don't know that I'm going to stick with it. I don't know, and I don't know that I'm going to beat King of Cards either. I don't know that I'm going to see that all the way through. I kind of like to just go back and keep making deliveries. So we'll see. But yeah, I at least tried Anthem. I gave it a fair shot. Sean.
Yes.
Want to get the news of the week?
Let's do it.
That's not too bad. The Game Awards happened on Thursday, and literally nothing that we talked about or predicted was actually there. If you want to go back, I said, well, any games to be announced being out right now. And we said maybe Goose Game, except that was in the state of play that we didn't get to watch. Maybe Streets of Rage 4, Cyber Shadow, not even mentioned. Nope. Do we get Breath of the Wild 2? Nope. How about Mario Odyssey 2? Nope. Metroid Prime 4? Nope. Metroid Prime Trilogy? Nope. Do we see Resident Evil 3? Nope. Will somehow come out in January like 7 and 2? No. But again, that was answered by the state of play, and Jeff said it wasn't going to be there, but I still didn't believe him. Do we see Last of Us 2? We both said I hope not, so I guess we kind of got that right. It was not there.
Yeah.
Oh, WB Montreal is rumored to show Arkham Legacy. I can't wait to see this game. Nope.
That is why I told you I'm refusing to get my hopes up for this.
This game does it just not exist, and they're not even working on a game, and they just want to troll people? Because at this point, that's what I'm starting to believe.
Yeah.
What the hell? What the hell? Is there any chance Rocksteady is there? Nope. Do we see Halo Infinite? Nope. And well, now this one we did get. Any news or reveals on next-gen consoles? We both said, I don't know, but if there's anything, it'll be Project Scarlet.
Yeah.
So, yeah. As far as the awards go, Disco Elysium was the big winner of the night. They won all 4 awards they were nominated for, which was awesome for them. A lot of people like that game. I've never played it. It's definitely not for me, but I'm very happy for them. Death Stranding did take home 3 awards. They got Best Game Direction, the Hideo Kojima Award, Best Performance by Mads Mikkelsen as Cliff, and Best Score and Audio or whatever it was. So they did take home 3 awards. But the Game of the Year award went to Sekiro.
That was probably... That may have been my last pick.
I thought, no way. I would have picked it over Smash.
Oh, I wouldn't have.
But that's it.
Yeah.
Because it's such a niche, especially when you go back. Do you remember when it launched? Everybody's saying you got to put in baby mode. It's like, well, no, let them just make their game. If it's a hard game, that's the whole point of the game. It's supposed to be difficult.
Right.
They don't have to put in a baby mode to make it so you can play it.
Yeah.
I thought for sure it was I thought there were only 3 that could win. It wasn't going to be Outer Worlds. I didn't think
that's true. Yeah, that wasn't going to win.
It was either going to be RE2, Death Stranding, or Control. And I really, even though I picked Death Stranding, I was like, I kind of think it's going to be Control. And then I saw that IGN gave Control their game of the year, and I was like, I think Control is going to win this. But Sekiro won. I think it reminds me of 2016 when Overwatch won. And it's just like, well,
no.
I still can't believe Uncharted 4 came out that year and Overwatch beat it.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand. We did do predictions, and I kicked Sean's ass. How many did you end up getting right?
Like 2, maybe. I think I got Control for direction.
No, you didn't. That wasn't direction.
Or
art direction. I got Control.
Maybe it was that.
No, you did something else because I did Control.
No. Well, then I got even less right than I thought.
You should look up. Bernardo had the sheet. But no, you got. Well, maybe we both did that. I definitely got Control.
I thought
right.
I did. Maybe not.
I couldn't believe that I thought Outer Worlds was a shoe-in for Best RPG, but Disco Elysium won that. I thought Outer Worlds I thought that was an easy one. But yeah, I kicked Sean's butt. We also had a little group going with Bernardo and the guys from Nerd 901 and everything, and Bernardo won. Or no. The other guy. Won. Yeah. Congratulations. I can't remember his name. I'm not being a jackass.
Congratulations, other
Towson something. I just can't remember his name. As far as the Game Awards go, Traverches kicked off the show. And oh my God. And I told Sean, like, I don't know how I didn't know they were performing.
I didn't know either. And then they said that. I was like, oh. And then all of a sudden I saw Lauren up there. I'm like, oh, they're doing it now. Like, well, holy crap.
What went through my head, because like 5 minutes before that, they were talking about how Green Day will be here later. And I'm like, why the frick is I got nothing against Green Day. I like Green Day, I guess. But I was like, man, if Green Day is going to be here, why can't Traverches be here? And they're like opening them up with Traverches, and they did the Death Stranding song, and you had the imagery of the beach and everything behind it. And it's just, she sounds great live too. It's like,
yeah. And
then you had the orchestra, and I was like, I texted Sean, I think I tweeted, I was like, okay, I'm crying. I don't know. I can't, this song is just so emotional, and oh, it was so awesome. And did you see that Kojima had Shinkawa design her outfit? Wow, it's pouring all of a sudden. That's weird.
I did not know that.
Yeah, he did. And then she made it her own, but he did, like, Kojima said he wanted her to look like Cleopatra. So Shinkawa designed it, and then she had somebody else make it and tweaked it a little bit, whatever. But after Traverches, randomly out of nowhere, I still can't believe that this is a thing. Xbox Project Scarlet was revealed, and it was revealed to be called Xbox Series X. Now, Sean, I caught a whole bunch of flack. By the way, if you don't want your phone to blow up, don't tweet at Ryan McCaffrey. And Ryan didn't do anything, but he's the Xbox guy, and he tweeted, "Oh, here it is, whatever, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Yeah, that might be one of the worst console names ever." And all of a sudden, my freaking phone, and not even just about my tweet, but people replying to my tweet, and then people replying to replies to my tweet, and I was like, "Oh my God, I should not have said anything." I think the name is. What do you think?
I think it's stupid. I think we'll
get used to it.
So I thought the Wii was stupid, and Wii U even more stupid. But at least when you hear it, it's like it's short and sweet and to the point. Like, oh, it's the Wii.
Well, and okay, the Wii made sense because it was Wii play together, right.
But this is like Grand Theft Auto 6 coming out on PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X. Like,
people try tweeting at me saying, PlayStation 5 is better. I'm like, yes. It's very easy for people to know what the sequential order, when you go from an Xbox to an Xbox 360 to an Xbox One, which is your third console, and then you make an Xbox One X, and then you make a Series X. I think they're really just trying to confuse people at this point.
They should have just called it the Xbox.
They should have. But obviously, it means they're going to have the rumors that Schreier reported on about Lockhart. They're true. There's going to be a Series X and a Series
but
probably
that makes
S.
it even more dumb because now they're going to say, "Ooh, now this game's coming out on Series X and Series
SM
S or whatever."
XFM.
God, like It'd be one thing if it had just like the same base name, and then unless they're just gonna, maybe they will just refer to it as Xbox, and then you've got the Series X, which is like the Pro, and then the Series S or whatever it's gonna be, which is the standard. Maybe it will just be the Xbox. Maybe that's how they refer to it. I don't know.
Yeah,
or not the Xbox.
I thought for sure
Xbox,
it was going to be, and Phil Spencer had said the name. He had been saying something in the lead up to it that the name is going to be emblematic of what the purpose of the console is. What the hell is the Series X? Its purpose is to have sex. I don't know. Like what? Like that's why I thought for sure if there were odds in Vegas, I would have put my money on Xbox Infinite, or Infinity, or something like that, especially to go along with Halo. But supposedly it will have 2 times the GPU power of an Xbox One X, around 12 teraflops. It will support ray tracing. I feel like we know all this already, but Nibel tweeted it, so I'm going to say it. Future 8K and 120 hertz support, GDDR6 RAM, NVM, never mind, solid state drive. The design aims to keep the console as quiet as possible. It does have a share button. That's weird. Who did that first? The answer
I don't think I realized the Xbox One didn't.
I didn't. I mean, I never play it. The one thing I did write down, I think that D-pad looks horrible.
It looks like the Elite.
The Elite, which I've never understood. It's like a satellite dish. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
And I will say that the few times I've actually picked up the Xbox controller, like to fix something my kids have broken on it or something, I hate that D-pad. It's horrible.
Really?
It is horrible. I think that was everything about it. So yeah, I did not expect that. I just, and they actually showed the thing. It's a tower. It's a freaking. They did say you can put it sideways. Okay, but it's. I don't.
It almost looks more ridiculous sideways.
Yeah.
Like it.
I don't get it. I don't. Now, if it turns out that the stupid PlayStation 5 is what those dev kits look like, then I'm going to be saying I wish we just had a tower.
I don't mind it.
I don't mind it. I hate the name more than I hate the look of it.
No, I'm saying the dev kit, the PS5.
Oh.
I don't mind it.
It's just so like... It's a
little,
V5.
It looks a little... It looks like what somebody would try to make something look like in the future. Except now it doesn't look futuristic. It almost looks
a
little bit antiquated. Yeah, like it just... Yeah.
Also, Hellblade 2, Senua's Saga, Senwa. I forget how to say her name. And I told Logan, sorry, I still haven't played Hellblade. I will play it this coming year. It looks cool, but what I was thinking watching this was like, I don't know if it's probably mostly CG. But watching this, I was like, holy crap, next gen is going to be ridiculously powerful. Watching that game, I was like, oh my God, we first started playing on an Intellivision. And then Mario 1 and Zelda 1, and that was mind-blowing compared to the Intellivision. But it's like, just watching that trailer, I was like, I can't believe we're here. I cannot believe we've come this far. The games can look like this now. It's just unbelievable. Joker and Harley were announced for Mortal Kombat 11. Godfall was announced for PS5. This is a game by Gearbox. It is what they're calling a looter slasher. It is a console-exclusive launch title, so we know our first launch title on the PS5. Unfortunately, it's one that I really don't care about. And then some more details on Godfall. It's also coming to PC, but it's not coming to Xbox. The trailer was rendered real-time in-engine. So I will say that's pretty cool because that game looked freaking beautiful too. Yeah. Again, like next gen is going to be crazy. There's a focus on melee combat. It is designed to have co-op play. The PS5 solid-state drive helps with seamlessly loading the levels. The DualShock 5 does make combat more immersive. Remember, we've got the adaptive triggers, the haptic feedback, all this other stuff. More info will be released next spring. Bravely Default 2 was announced for Switch, coming out 2020. The funny thing is it's actually the third Bravely Default, so that's funny. Then Player Unknown showed a new game called Prologue or something, which is weird. Right. Didn't look like it was PUBG related. Star Wars content in Fortnite, who cares? I feel like I need to remember next year to not get my hopes up for anything cool happening at the Game Awards. Because there's no trail other than obviously it's cool that they announced what the next Xbox is. The next box. That's what they should have called it. The next box. The next box. But like Sons of the Forest was revealed. I don't care. The Ruined King League of Legends single player look cool. There's a Dungeons and Dragons game. Okay. Apex Legends is getting a Christmas event. Okay. Ori and the Will of the Wisps got a new trailer. It's been delayed to March 11th from February 11th. That's fine. Just get it right. Weird West was announced. Like there's like Path of the Warrior, Ghost of Tsushima. So we got the Ghost of Tsushima release window. It is summer 2020. So it's still a PS4 game. I really thought they were going to say holiday 2020, and there's also going to be a PS5 version. I really thought that's what they were going to do.
Yeah.
Gears Tactics is out April 28th. Are you, after watching it? Okay. I'm not either. I normally I'd be like, yay, Sony. And there's some people that are super stoked for it, but it's just not for me. That's okay. Gears Tactics is out April 28th. It will have a 40-hour campaign. Naraka Blade Point was announced for 2020. 9 to 5, a tactical shooter, was announced. New World was announced. I'm saying I can't even remember what these games are.
I don't
that's
remember half of them.
How not memorable this show was. And it's nothing against Keeley. The actual show was cool. And I love the celebration of the industry. I just got to remember, like, I'm not going to see Breath of the Wild 2 get like shown for the first time. Like, that stuff doesn't normally happen. Wolf Among Us 2 is coming with whatever's left of Telltale, I guess. And then they closed the show with Fast and Furious Crossroads, which has Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Tyrese, probably more in this game. And I got to say, this is the most graphically impressive game I have ever seen. This game looks like crap. It looks like a PS2 game. And I'm like, why do we need a Fast and Furious game to begin with? Also, why are you closing the show with it? How much did they have to pay to do that?
Sure they shelled out quite a bit.
And why does it look so bad? Like, it was probably they thought in their minds it was going to be a cool reveal when they showed Vin Diesel in the game, and I was like, huh? I was like, is this a GameCube game? What am I looking at? This doesn't look right at all. I don't know. But what were your thoughts overall on the Game Awards and me kicking your butt in the predictions?
I'm with you. It was just kind of underwhelming. It didn't help the fact that all my picks sucked, but it's weird because we are in a weird time where we're still too far away to get any or to get much in terms of like concrete either information about next gen or games that are on next gen. Like, it's too early. But we're also at the end of the life of the current gen, more or less. And I feel like we know all the big titles that are still to come. So it's just this weird, there can't be too much to reveal at these. So I don't know. In hindsight, it's probably what I should have expected, but it was kind of a letdown.
Yep. I agree. Next up, the other big event this past week was the State of Play. They start off by showing that Untitled Goose Game is out December 17th. Are you going to get this?
Yes.
I'm getting it day one, and I'm probably going to platinum it day one. I am so excited. I have not nailed down my top 10 list for this year yet because I cannot wait to play this stupid game and be this asshole goose and just I can't wait. Just watching when we were on the Extra Life stream, just watching Adam play around with it, I was like, yes, it is decided. I will play this game. But I knew it was going to be coming out to PlayStation. I really didn't think it would be this year. I thought it would have been like spring or something, but I was like, I want this because I'm sure it'll have a platinum. It does. It's very achievable. Can't wait. December 17th. As this is up, it's already out, so go get it. I did. Spellbreak is coming 2020. There's a closed beta in the spring. It's a new Battle Royale game. Shocking. In a fantasy setting. I will say the art style reminded me of Breath of the Wild, so that was cool, but I don't want to play it. Dreams is officially launched. It's going to be out of what's it called? Early access. Launching February 14th. If you did get the early access, you'll be upgraded to the full version on Valentine's Day. I would rather go out to dinner with my wife or watch the Sonic movie than play Dreams. So, Superliminal. I said announced, but I guess this is already out on PC or it's coming to PC. This game looks freaking mind-blowing. This is a game where it's all about the perspective, and like you'll look at a salt shaker or something, and then you move the camera, and all of a sudden the salt shaker is like the size of the room and it like falls on you. Or you'll be walking towards this sign that says like exit and you're walking and then you realize as you get closer it's actually like it looks so cool. Did you see this trailer?
I think I missed.
You got to look at it. It is so cool. They didn't say if it's in VR. I assume it must be.
It sounds like it. Yeah.
But oh my god, it looks so freaking cool. Paper Beast was announced for PSVR coming in Q1 2020. It's from the makers of Another World, so that's cool. You can like manipulate wildlife. You get this fishing hook looking thing that you like attach to the Paper Beast, and you drop them over here, and you tag two together. And I don't know. It looks beautiful, but whatever. The Kingdom Hearts 3 Remind DLC trailer is revealed that the DLC will be out January 23rd for $30. $30. I spent $30 on this game, and I don't know why, but I definitely won't spend $30 on the DLC. It comes out a month later on Xbox. Oh, I forgot to also say, Goose Game's on Game Pass. So if you got an Xbox and you got Game Pass, there you go. I did say at least Kingdom Hearts now has sound effects in their trailers, because it seems like for the longest time there was just like music playing and people are like...
That's true, yeah.
I don't know. Predator Hunting Grounds will be out 4/24/2020. This kind of looks like a not a PS2 game, but kind of like a PS3. It's cool. The asymmetrical thing is cool, but it doesn't look good. And Friday the 13th was janky as hell, so I assume this will be too. So I'm not excited, but whatever. Babylon's Fall was announced. It's a combination effort between Square and Platinum Games. I wrote down it's a Platinum game. As you watch the trailer, you can tell it's a Platinum game. More info will be revealed next summer. Obviously, that means E3. And then they're like, let's show you a trailer of Project Resistance. And here's Project Resistance. Oh, and now we're going to show you the single-player campaign. And, like, I'm not the first one to say this. Everybody said it. But, man, if Resident Evil 3 had not leaked, and you're like, oh, man, this game's got a single-player thing. Okay, cool, yeah. And then you just see Nemesis or something, and it's like, wait a minute. Oh my God, it's Resident Evil 3.
Yeah.
Like, we would have lost our freaking minds. But Resident Evil 3 is real. It's coming out April 3rd, 2020. So we have a month to beat Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Good luck.
And then a month after that is Last of Us 2. I don't think Resident Evil 3 will take us that long. I did want to ask, because do you just play as Jill or you play as Carlos too? Do you have like
you play as both of them, but I can't remember if it's 2 campaigns or if you switch throughout the course. I really don't remember. I've only played it once, and it was probably 20 years ago.
You know how sometimes the ice sticks together and then...
Yes. You definitely control both of them. I just don't know if it's 2 campaigns or if you switch between them. I don't really remember.
Yeah, because again, I haven't played Resident Evil 3 for 1 second. But it does include Project Resistance, so that's cool. Which I think... Didn't we say this at one point that we like... Maybe it's not a separate game. Maybe it is just going to be like... It's part of RE3, or did I dream that?
I don't remember that, but it's possible.
I don't know. I also wrote hot freaking damn, because this looks amazing. And after the damn near survival horror perfection that was RE2, and me being completely blind to RE3 like I was too, I cannot wait.
I just hope, I know what I said before, and I hope I'm not wrong. I have my doubts about Nemesis being even more frightening than Mr. X, because I feel like they could easily screw it up, because he's almost he's almost cartoonish.
Yeah.
Like, it's terrifying just knowing that there's gonna be like a jump scare at any point, but like he's just like I feel like he walks around like a bushwhacker, and he's just because he's got guns and stuff. So I don't know.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I'm hoping, I hope they do it right, because it could easily be over the top and almost comical.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think it'll be good. I think they'll do it right.
There was rumors going around that actually these 2 games were supposed... Did you see this? That they were supposed to be released as one package, and that's how they were able to get this out so soon. Is that they were working on them in tandem. They said, look, we can't put them both out. Let's get RE2 out, and then we come back together and finish
like
RE3.
on one game,
one
or
package.
Just release them together?
One package.
Okay.
But and the other thing, it's weird. They're not calling it Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
Why would they call it Nemesis?
I haven't had a drop of alcohol today. That's what I meant to say earlier. They're not calling it Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. They're just calling it Resident Evil 3, which is just I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't matter. It's just I noticed that I was like, wait a minute, they're not calling it Nemesis.
Nemesis.
You are my Nemesis.
What's weird is they're not calling it Resident Evil 3 Nemesis.
What's up, everybody, buddy? RE2 is getting an update about. I guess Jill is. There's a letter that's gonna. I don't know if it's happened yet or not because I've seen conflicting reports. Somebody got the achievement because there was this mystery achievement that showed up on Steam before RE3 was revealed, but you couldn't tell what it was. And then it turns out after RE3 was revealed, it got updated, and it's something like Jill leaves a letter somewhere in the police station or somewhere in the world for you to find. So it's going to kind of tie the two together. I don't know. And also Resident Evil 2 Remake, it was announced it's now sold over 5 million copies. The original sold 4.96 million across all systems.
That's awesome.
Then they did a 25th anniversary message from Ken Kutaragi, which was really cool. They did the One More Thing, Ghost of Tsushima, and then we saw more at the Game Awards. I liked this state of play more than any so far.
Yeah.
And it's not really just because of RE3, that's a big part of it, but it's like somehow it feels like they're hitting their stride. I mean, it also feels like they're super copying Nintendo, which I think is a smart idea.
Yeah.
But what did you think about overall thoughts on the state of play?
I mean, just like you said, they nailed it. I think it was better than Game Awards.
Yeah.
And
it was only 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's the other thing. The Game Awards should not be 2 hours and 45 minutes.
And
I thought this last year, too. I'm like, let's
drags on.
Condense this. There's got to be a better way to do it. But
I'm also still kind of like I thought, even after seeing it. I'm also just kind of like, on Tsushima. Like, I've just kind of...
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't care. I feel like I've just moved on already.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm way more excited for Last of Us than that. It's not even close. Next year is going to be... Next year, this generation is going out with a bang.
Yeah.
Next year is going to be wild and crazy. Too wild and crazy, guys. Hey, too sexy, too sexy. Is that the same thing?
You're combining like three different things. You went from Steve Martin to Wild and Crazy Guys to the Fonz, to Horatio Sands. No, too sexy, too sexy. What is that from? I mean, I know it's
when
SNL,
they're playing like they're like the mariachi band or something. Him and what's the little Chris Kattan?
Oh yeah, okay, I see it now. Yep.
Oh God, I miss the good old days. There was also a Nintendo Indie Showcase. Sports Story was announced for the mid 2020. It is the sequel to Golf Story. I'm not going to go through everything because there was a lot of stuff in here I don't care about. You're going to be able to play golf, tennis, fishing. There's going to be dungeons, espionage, minigames, and treasures. Streets of Rage 4 is now out the first half of 2020. So we don't have a date, but at least we know roundabout when to expect it. And Adam is coming back. Awesome. But the thing that really matters from this is that, holy crap, Axiom Verge 2 is coming out next fall.
I am pretty excited for that. That's going to be fun.
I'm way more excited.
Did you play the first one?
I did. And I was like, by the end of it, I was like, oh my God, make this end.
Really?
Which is weird, but like when I saw this, I was like, oh my God, show Axiom Verge 2. Are you kidding me? Like I was so over the moon excited for it. I don't know why. Sorry. But yeah, I am so excited for this. The only thing I worry about is I don't think they've said yet if they have, correct me. I don't know if it's only going to be on Switch next fall. Like if it'll be exclusive there for a year or 6 months or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'd rather play it on PlayStation. But yep. That was really it from the Nintendo Indie World Showcase. Next up, there is a new Bioshock game officially in development, which I guess people have thought had been going on for a long time, but this is the first time it's officially official. It's being worked on by a new thing called Cloud Chamber. New company, not a thing. Quote, a collective of storytellers eager to push the front lines of interactive entertainment by making unique, entertaining, and thoughtful experiences that engage the world. Cloud Chamber will build its team at 2 locations. The wording here is really weird. 2K San Francisco Bay Area headquarters in Novato, California, as well as in Montreal, Quebec, which marks the first ever Canadian office for a 2K studio. See, when I do this stuff, it's not because I'm drinking. I just can't read. The company said in a press release. I've always hated reading out loud. We've talked about this before on here. In addition, 2K announced that Cloud Chamber has started to work on the next iteration of the globally acclaimed Bioshock franchise, which will be in development for the next several years. Yeah, no kidding, because you're saying... What did they say here? We will build it... Cloud Chamber... we will build... Cloud Chamber will build its team at 2 locations. Will build it still... So right now, this new Bioshock game is just a dream.
Basically.
It's in the Cloud Chamber, I guess. The one thing to remember, though, Ken Levine no longer is he's got his own studio. He was like, it would be like, and eventually it's going to happen, Metal Gear Solid 6 without Hideo Kojima. Like, a lot of people are like, it's cool that we're getting new Bioshock, but we don't really need new Bioshock because Bioshock 1... 2 is kind of iffy, and a lot of people love Infinite as well. Like, do we really need it? Like, what else can you... Like, you went to Rapture, you went to the Clouds of Columbia. Like, what else can you do? And if it's not Ken Levine behind it, do we even want that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Did you ever play them? I can't remember. I didn't either.
Nope.
And I know the twist in the first one, but I feel like I still should play it. Next up, MLB The Show. This is the weirdest thing. It's going multi-platform. There was a press release like the day before the State of Play, I think it was. They said, hey, by the way, Sony San Diego has re-upped their agreement with MLB to continue producing MLB games, like the show, to produce MLB The Show. Oh, and guess what? It'll be coming on other platforms. And because they said other platforms, like Colin said on his podcast, because Sony's petty as hell, and they are. They're not going to say... They're like, don't you dare say Nintendo and Xbox. But as soon as the press release went out, Xbox tweeted about it, and they said no more away games. They retweeted it. And then Nintendo retweeted it with like a baseball emoji and a bat or something. I was like, okay, so we're going to get Sony first-party developed baseball game on the Xbox and the Switch.
Yeah.
Sounds like it's going to be 2021. So it'll be on the Xbox Series X. Oh, my God. People were telling me just call it the SX. I'm like, I guess, but like we already have an Xbox One S and an Xbox One X, so that even makes it... What is happening? I don't know. But then some people are like, oh, my God, does this mean like Sony's going to start putting all their games on Xbox? No. What a lot of people think is that MLB basically said, look, it's cool if you want to keep the license, but you can't keep it exclusively to Sony anymore.
I mean, that's fair.
And it's awesome for people that are big baseball fans. Like Ryan McCaffrey is a huge Diamondbacks fan, and he's an Xbox guy. Now he's going to be able to get to play the show in 2021 on the Series X.
Still, nothing will ever be as good as World Series 98 on the Saturn.
It was so good. I've got that Saturn. I don't even know why I wanted it. When I had Tim send it to me.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because we played Virtua Fighter and Virtua Cop, and then we're like, all right.
That's right.
Forget this. I should track down World Series 98. I could probably get it for $20. That'd be a fun Let's Play.
Quick, what's the guy's name in Death Stranding?
Guillermo.
There you go.
Del Toro.
You had to think
Guillermo. Shout out to Steve Appleton. NPD results came out, and speaking of Guillermo, number 1 for November, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. Number 2, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which again is what I said I hoped would happen.
Yeah.
It beat Pokemon, though. That, I'm shocked about that. And it's already the 9th best-selling game of the year. In 15 days in November. Yeah.
But did it really beat Pokemon if you consider
Well, that's the thing. Right. So Pokemon Sword was number 3. The Pokemon Sword and Shield double pack was 4. Shield was 5. So I guess people don't like Shield. They definitely prefer Sword, and I don't know why that would be. 6, Madden NFL 20. Number 7, Death Stranding.
With
Guillermo And just a note here, this comes from Push Square. Death Stranding did incredibly well for itself in the November 2019 NPD results, charting in 7th position. This title could only be outpaced by juggernauts, including Call of Duty. My eyes went forward to Modern Warfare. That's what happened.
Call of Duty. You sound like Coach Z.
Horny Dorny.
What about that
Call of
Duty?
Call of Duty, Modern Warfare, Jedi Fallen Order, various permutations of Pokemon, and Madden 2019. According to analyst Matt Piscatello, the Hideo Kojima...
2019?
Oh, yeah, that's weird. That's a mistype. It's 20. According to analyst Matt Piscatello, the Hideo Kojima directed release ranks among the top 10, quote, launch month, full game, dollar sales for a Sony published title in history. So it's one of the top 10 best releases ever for a Sony exclusive. Not bad for a weird game. And again, it's coming out at a time where, yeah, it's not going to beat Call of Duty. It's not going to beat Pokemon. I didn't think it was going to beat Jedi. And Madden, it's still football season, so people are still getting Madden. You know? Yeah. Number 8 was NBA 2K20. I don't remember if I said that. Number 9 was Need for Speed Heat. Number 10, Luigi's Mansion 3. Are you asking for that?
No, I thought about it, but yeah. I don't know.
So I don't know. Any surprises there for you, Sean?
Not really. That all sounds about right. But happy for Star Wars, though. That's awesome.
Yeah. Again, EA, we want more of that. But fix it. Fix it. Could have been so much better. Oh, well. And now the wrap up. Oh, we weren't going as long as I thought we were. I've been trying to speed through this since we spent a half hour on crapping on The Last Jedi. And the wrap up. Minecraft PS4 has now gotten crossplay. Crazy. Now you do have to have an Xbox account to do it, which is you just create it. It's free. It doesn't. You don't have to pay for like Games with Gold or anything. It's just free.
Right. You all right?
I forgot to write it down, but Mortal Kombat 11 also got crossplay with PS4 and Xbox. What? Vanquish and Bayonetta it was leaked and then now it's real. Vanquish and Bayonetta are bundled together, getting a re-release out February 18th, 2020. Oh my God, I forgot about this. Forza Horizon 4 has now got a racing game has a 72 player battle royale mode.
I'm so sick of this.
What in the world? And Bernardo was tweeting me. He's like, hey, you want to get an Xbox and play? I was like, first off, I don't ever play my Xbox. It's really just my kids, even though the name on there is Kevin White 24. But no, I don't want to play this. And apparently then I saw him tweeting, you can't just play it. You have to like unlock it through things in the game. And I'm like, well, no. Okay. No way. No, thank you very much. And last, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered has been delayed from January to summer. That's a big delay. You did play this, right?
No.
Oh. Is this one of the tactic style games?
I don't think it's... I don't think it is. I think it's one of those... I don't know what separates it. It looks very... If it's the game I'm picturing, it looks very, like, cartoony. A little bit more, like, old school Final Fantasy.
Okay.
I don't know.
Interesting. Well, that's it for episode 163. At some point, I need to go back and get Did You Know?
I was just going to say that. I'm like, we haven't done that in like a month.
No, it's been longer than that. I could probably do an old one and you would have forgotten it.
Probably.
Thank you guys so much for being here. Just as a heads up, next week is Christmas. We're going to take next week off. We may get a Let's Play up or something. I don't know. But there's going to be no news, and we're going to be off with family and everything. So we'll be back the week after, give Christmas recap, see if there's been any news, and just hang out. And then after that, we do need to figure out when, and it depends if you get a certain game or not, when we should do our game of the year.
Yeah.
I think definitely maybe first week of January would give you enough time to play maybe a certain game if you get it.
Assuming my PlayStation still works.
Oh my God. I'll let you borrow mine. I'll donate it just so you play that damn game. Yeah, make sure all your stuff is backed up to the cloud.
Yeah, I got to do that.
But yeah, so we're not going to be here next week. We may have Let's Plays. We'll see. But we'll be back the week after that. Obviously, you can find us on nerd901.com, so go there where they're connecting nerds across the multiverse and the Mid-South. Check out youtube.com/blurwithoutfear. Ernie continues to do work over there.
Was that your stomach?
No, that was like my heart. Oh, jeez. I had a heart burp. Oh, there it just came up. I don't know if that came through. That was weird. You can find us on Twitter. I'm at KevinWhite24. He's at Real Sean White. Together at 2player_co-op.
That was my heart.
I'm sick. I'll blame it on that. I'm surprised I've held it together as well as I have because I feel like crap. Nemesis. Is that what I said?
Nemesis.
That's what it was. Patreon, Twitch, all that other stuff. You know where to find us. Thank you for getting us back up to 4 views on Facebook. That really means a lot. Oscar and Carrie. Okay. They won. Okay, cool. Yeah, of course they won. But yeah, that's it for 163. If you celebrate Christmas, God dang it. If you celebrate.
It's not just reading. It's
no,
talking.
I just can't talk. I ran out of water. I got cotton mouth. If you celebrate Christmas, have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy time with family, friends, all that other stuff. Tell them about the channel. Tell them to subscribe as well. But yeah, enjoy the time.
2-player co-op merch makes an excellent Christmas present.
It does.
Also.
I'm sorry I couldn't figure out how to do a Black Friday code or any kind of code. I just can't figure it out. But they're not that expensive anyway, so just go buy a bunch. Go buy 50. But yeah, that's it. Enjoy the time. Hope you guys get time off from work. But yeah, have fun. We'll see you in a couple weeks. But until that time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.